All right, welcome, Grace.
Thank you.
You excited about this?
So excited.
So today's video, we're going to go through some. Try and get into a position. Yeah, we're going to go through some of our old lifts. Now, I don't have a lot of my old lifts, so we're just going to basically be making fun of Grace, and just kind of show you that everybody starts somewhere. And that it definitely doesn't happen overnight. So the cool thing is I have videos from legitimately 3 years ago when Grace originally started, and we'll kind of go from there. So, alright, the first one is... Nice, Benny. Look at little Grace. 55 kilos. Hey!
Grace, good.
Yes.
So
Amazing. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but still pretty funny. Look how white my shoes are. That's the most outstanding part of this.
Look at the old gym.
Look how wide that grip is.
And the footwork.
Oh man. That is a hitch and a half. Here's a 40 kilo power clean.
Well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Oh, maybe a few.
You gotta send that one to me. I love how long you hold extension
I know. Do you know why?
Why?
I just started following this girl, I think, this American weightlifter. She's not particularly amazing. I just saw her, I started following her on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, she's amazing. And she had this really long extension,
Yeah.
of which I now look at and I'm like,
What's going on? 100%.
because she's still got it. And this is
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
I remember watching her and be like, that's fucking sick. And now I'm like, oh man, what is she doing? But yeah, I think my, what I thought was good at the time was very influenced by who I was
100%.
following at the
Yeah.
time.
I remember when I like watching Ilya Ilin, I just had to then do the most dynamic of all dynamic starts. Like,
Yeah.
don't even get set, just rip it as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And go from there. I think this is a 42 kilo snatch.
Fantastic.
Oh, brilliant. It actually doesn't look too bad.
It's not that bad.
It's just funny because it's so robotic.
Yes.
It's not as fluid.
Yeah. And that pull off the floor, it's just like...
So if we compare that to this is 55. This is actually...
That's where I almost bombed.
This is, yeah, I think this is the one that you make. So this is after missing 2 attempts.
Oh!
Knockout.
Yeah.
I'm just so pissed.
That's something else. Oh, here, this is a different angle of that same snatch. Watch Coach Chris in the background. So Grace has just missed her first 2 lifts. And we go watch Chris. And he's
that
relieved.
relief.
So what's this? 61. Oh yeah. Even your misses look better than what that 42 looked like. 75. This is 72.
Oh, that's right.
So this is Grace's PB clean and jerk that she hit last year. Was it this year? No, it must have been last year.
Nearly last year.
Yeah.
It's
February.
definitely summer.
Yeah.
What I'm wearing.
Yeah. Easy clean. And then jerk. Good job.
I liked that clean and jerk. I think
Yeah.
that was a really, I think I'd plateaued for a while.
Yeah.
I think I was studying and stuff at the time and working and training definitely was not great.
That was
So I think that was, yeah.
It's one of those things of like when it's hard because like you make all this progress and then especially for yourself you had changing career, you started coaching, and life just obviously got super full, and so like the good thing is you've completely stuck with it, and now you're like you doubled 55 snatch, and we even tried to be cheeky and double 60 snatch, which is 1 kilo underneath the all-time best. And that's just from being back 10 weeks, not even, probably like maybe 8 weeks. So it comes back relatively quickly, but there are definitely periods where you go through where progress will just come quite slow because the focus is elsewhere, right?
For sure.
You don't have the capabilities to recover from everything.
Yeah.
Let's pick a couple more. What's this random one here? 45. 75. This is where we're starting to get pretty consistent with our technique. Low hang snatch. Oh, I didn't want to do it.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
What?
I don't
I
even,
just gave up.
I don't think you were even 68. This is before a comp. Look how hard that. So look at that. That's 68. We're gonna go back to this 75 in a second and compare it.
Yeah. No.
Nah. So let's compare that to. So that was 2019. That was 68 kilos. And this is 72.5. So 4 more kilos. And look at the difference in the clean. You actually clean 75 easier than that 68 after this. Look how easy that looks. So
And
good.
even though there's a bit of disconnect there in this particular jerk with that dip and the bar, I think like my jerk had come a long way.
Oh, so
since
much.
that.
Yeah.
Just being more patient in that dip and
Yeah.
learning how to kind of drive. But
Oh, Grace's first competition.
Oh, bless my little heart.
What's this? A 45 kilo snatch. Look how wide everything is.
Jesus.
Wow.
Calm down, girl.
I'm still wearing the same outfit. It's kind of embarrassing.
That's really funny.
55 kilo clean and jerk.
Is this the one I missed?
I don't know.
Because I missed a jerk.
Wow, this was early. Look at that. I think that's the same one. Oh, this is when we went out the back and we tried 50.
That's right.
We tried to snatch 50. God, that still happens now. Oh. Oh, this is the first time you snatched 50 on the platform.
Oh, yeah, on the
Yeah,
platform.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. This looked
Yeah.
easy as. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's see. What does Chris have? Do we have any old videos of Chris? Do you know what? We actually do. This is my first ever time on the platform. 75 kilo snatch.
Oh my god, yeah. 2014,
I had this thing.
was it?
2014. I had this thing where I'd grab the bar and I'd kind of like cock my neck a little bit. Hopefully this video plays properly. Watch
Is
this.
that a mustache?
There's a mustache.
My word.
First ever. I think it was my first or my second attempt. 75 kilos. What else we got out here?
They in Metcons?
Nah, they're in like the old school Reebok lifters.
Cool.
Yeah. Give me two.
Where was this? What conference?
So this is a CrossFit Rosebud, which is now Beyond Movement. So Will Sartori owns this.
Yeah.
And so Bill Kerr ran the competition. My cousin Ben in the corner there, he used to own. He sold it to Will. And so Bill loved weightlifting. He was a CrossFitter, but loved weightlifting. And so from here, I met Jackie, and then she invited us to do a weightlifting competition. And so I did that on my own. I did that with my brother. I had no idea how the rules worked. I remember like emailing, and then she's like, "Cool, what's your entry total?" I was like, "What's an entry total?" And then when I got there, I hit a lift, and I sat back down, and I was like, it's the dude next to me. He's like, "You need to change your weight." It's like, "What do you mean change your weight?" He's like, "You got to change." I was like, because here they kind of did it all for you.
Yep.
All right, 84. So this is a few years later.
How's the hair?
Look how skinny I am. Jesus.
Look pretty good though. Like it'll.
Well, this is when I was like,
Yeah.
I just obviously freshly come back from China,
Yeah.
and but my technique changes a lot. So this is like, I've obviously been lifting for a few years now. So this is like 2 years in.
Yeah.
To give you an idea, if I go back, this is literally my first ever comp. It's my final clean and jerk. So this is like 107 kilos, I think. Watch my elbows. Good dish.
Did they give it to you?
I got 3 white lights.
That's generous.
Look at this. Hey-oh! 3
Nice.
white lights. What was my
Like-
third? 109. Yeah.
Wow.
My elbows just didn't lock out back then. They couldn't lock out. And so
Did you announce like before you walked out?
I didn't know that was a rule. I didn't know that's how you did it. So I did this competition. This qualified me for states.
Yeah.
I did states. That qualified me for nationals. And then so when I went to nationals was the first time I got 3 red lights. Other than when I fully missed lifts.
Yeah.
And then on my second attempt, I missed again. And then the jury overturned it, saying he can't lock his elbows out. And then someone later came and told me you can present your elbows.
Yep.
I had no idea that was even a rule.
That's funny.
This is my first ever max out in the gym here, and now our lights. Everyone complains about our lights now. This is what our lights used to look like. It's still actually my favourite snatch I've ever done.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice.
I wish I had older videos. I'd have to go on. Not as much funny ones. I do wish I still. One thing, if I can give someone advice, would be to film all of your early lifts, or quite a few of them at the very least. It makes such a difference.
That's the coolest part, isn't it? Like watching weights that you used to be your PR or whatever, and it's now your warm up weights, like easy.
Yeah, like these days, like I obviously don't train as much, but like just the cleans, the positions, like that's 131. This is my current competition best. This is a fight and a jerk, because obviously I've always struggled with jerks. But just going backwards and forwards, it makes such a difference seeing where you've kind of come from, especially because there are going to be periods where, like you said, like work took a priority, like your career took a priority. And it doesn't mean like, I reckon you've technically gotten better, your understanding of weightlifting's gotten better. And so then when you do come back, it's easier.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I didn't always have the energy to like even hit like my percentages or like max out or anything even near that, but I think if I did come in, it was like focusing on technique or building that base still.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's always stuff you can do, but yeah.
And also like there are some phases where like just training for the sake of training, right? Like you're training for health at the end of the day. Most people are training for health. Yeah, there will come periods where you're going to focus on the sport, but you just can't always physically do that. And pardon, when you can, like right now, I'm in one of those phases where I'm just training for the sake of training, just trying to maintain some form of what I've got, so that when I do come back, it's going to be a hill, but it's not going to be as big of a hill to kind of overcome. Yeah, sure. So awesome, guys. That's it from us. That was pretty funny trip down memory lane. I hope it gives you a bit of confidence as well.
Film your lifts.
Film your lifts, 100%.